Warning: the following content may contain spoilers for film and television programs. It is also intended for mature audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to CF Podcast episode 24.
24. All right. How's everybody doing today?
Doing wonderful.
Wonderful?
Wonderful. It's the opening day
Yep.
for English soccer. So
And you're looking right at me. Why are you looking right at me?
Well, you're a Manchester United fan, are you not?
I am when we got beat by SeaWorld City. So.
SeaWorld City, yes.
I don't have anything against soccer. I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, it has been, this is the second week of football preseason then?
Yeah, and I don't give a fuck about that either.
Well,
call me when the season starts.
How are the Niners doing so far?
They're fine. They'll be good, but they have a couple guys that are hurt. And Crabtree practiced yesterday for the first time in like 2 months. So
transfer deadline for baseball just ended a little while ago.
Yeah,
is that exciting?
Totally into that.
All right.
Yeah, it was crazy because all kinds of trades happened, and neither one of you two guys give a fuck about baseball. So
Not one.
I was kind of interested in what Boston did with the A's and the Cardinals.
yeah,
But other than that, I didn't pay attention.
Cardinals are idiots. That's all you need to know.
Did you hear anything about the Saints game last night?
I don't.
More penalties. They won, but they had more penalties on the team than like any time in history. I think it was like 28 or 29 penalties. And yeah, it was pretty.
Did they have
brutal.
Hingle McCringleberry on the
Hingle
team?
McCringleberry was not celebrating in the end zone. Oh man! All right, well, I guess we're gonna start off with some intros. My name's Andrew Ormsby, drinking nothing because I'm still out of alcohol. Joining me this week we have
Austin Fairbairn, also not drinking because I forgot to bring alcohol.
Joining you have
Kelsey Fairbairn, his wife, again.
welcome back, and
It's
then
You're
You're
thrilled
off
to
too
be
bad.
here, I know.
and last but not least we have
Zach Chadwick, and I'm not drinking either because I'm Poe.
sad days. This is gonna be a
We're
sober
really
podcast.
lame, yeah. It's gonna be just a bunch of
Yeah, sober podcast or the boring podcast, but we'll try and make
It's
it
never
work.
boring.
The first segment we
That's
have
right.
up this week, we have Zach Chadwick doing his Skip It Opinion of the Week.
Woo! So I saw Calvary with
Not Cavalry,
I
Calvary.
can't fucking say it right.
So
ever.
it's about guys on horseback?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, okay.
not at all. Stars Brendan Gleeson and Aidan Gillen and the Irish guy from Bridesmaids, the cop. I don't know his fucking name. I just know that's what I call him, the Irish guy from
Oh,
Bridesmaids.
the Kristen Wiig was dating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but Brendan Gleeson plays this Catholic priest, right? And the first scene of the movie is him sitting in a confessional booth, right? Because that's what Catholic priests do. And
Okay.
so he's sitting in there, and a guy comes in, he opens the window, and he just sits there for a second. And I swear to God, this is the first line of the movie. He waits a second, the guy doesn't say anything, and then finally the guy says, "I first tasted semen when I was 7 years old."
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Wow, okay then.
So, and then...
Was that Chris O'Dowd that said that, or
No, you don't ever see his face.
Oh,
Like, until towards the end. But I'm not going to spoil it because if you haven't seen the movie, you should see it. It is a good movie. It's just pretty slow. But after that, that's how it starts. He says, "I'm going to kill you," because killing the bad priest doesn't do anything. He says, nobody gives a shit if you kill a bad priest. But killing a good priest, people are like, they get the message. That's his whole logic.
so he's out for fame, or do you not really know
He's
what he's doing?
trying to make a point. Because he was abused for like 7-8 years or whatever.
Mhm.
And since when you kill bad people, nobody gives a fuck. But when you kill a good person, people are like, why? What's going on? They want to find out what happened, and they care. So that's his whole logic.
It
The
doesn't
scenery
sound
in
like
this,
good logic, but-
yeah,
Well,
it's
so he's
fucked
insane,
up.
He's
so his
clearly a
logic's
sociopath,
it's crazy.
so yeah.
But I really like how this movie was shot. The cinematography is pretty awesome. The scenery is really cool. I wanted to get on a plane and go to Ireland. But I would
beautiful,
see it.
yeah.
I would see it, but if you have a choice, like this came out at the same time as The Most Wanted Man, the Philip Seymour Hoffman movie.
Mhm.
If you had a choice, I would see that first. But this is still pretty good. But be prepared for some, like, tough things to hear. Because I had to, like, sit there for a second after he said that.
Yeah, so after that first line, you know they're not going to shy away from controversial topic.
But it's pretty good. I mean, I would see it, yeah.
Brendan Gleeson did a fairly good job acting.
He's awesome. He's the best part. He's the star. But the guy... It's hard for me to take that Irish guy seriously, the one from Bridesmaids.
Chris O'Dowd?
Yeah, but okay, Chris O'Dowd. Because every time I see him, I think of Bridesmaids in the IT crowd. So it's really hard for me to get
IT crowd's what I remember from. Have you guys seen Epic?
Yeah. That was the animated film where they like get shrunk down.
Yeah.
Like the animated version of
He's the voice of a snail in that movie. We just recently saw that.
The one who was friends with, was that... It wasn't Kevin Hart. Who was the other... Oh, no, it was Aziz Ansari.
Aziz Ansari, yeah.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Is it any good?
It's alright.
I might check it out.
If you have nothing else to watch, yeah.
I have other stuff I want to watch.
It was on HBO and there was nothing else on HBO at the time.
Yeah, it must have been a weekday.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Weekday night.
So yeah, see it. I mean, but if you don't have a strong stomach, I probably wouldn't watch it.
Oh, really?
No, just because of some of the stuff, people are fine, like, seeing violence, but they don't want to hear about shit like that, you know what I mean?
I get it. It just makes you uncomfortable, feel like you need to take a shower afterwards.
It's like after I watched Shame, or I Saw the Devil. I felt dirty.
Oh, yeah. Those are some fairly brutal movies. Alright, well, you've piqued my interest, and I'll probably go and check it out. Out of the 14 movies I saw this week, so...
I was about to say, holy shit, you've seen a balls ton of movies this week.
I had a lot to catch up on, so yeah, I just went balls to the wall, just watching everything.
Real quick, because I grew up with Ninja Turtles, how terrible was it?
Okay, this is how I look at Ninja Turtles. The 1990 movie, that was for our generation.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
And it's a great movie.
And the sequel was great too.
And actually, I liked all three of them.
Okay, I did too. Yeah.
Secret of the Ooze
was the best one.
No, I still think the first one was the best one, but it was very close.
Okay.
Even though the second one had Vanilla Ice in it. But
it's hard to beat Vanilla Ice.
But here's how I look at it. This movie, this new one that just came out, is not for us. It wasn't made for us. It was made for the younger generation. This is their Ninja Turtles movie. The 1991 was ours. And if we were to watch this one and think that it was on the same level, for us, it's not gonna be.
Yeah.
The movie, if I were to give it an out of 10 rating, without Megan Fox, it'd get like a 6.5. But with Megan Fox, she was awful. It was really bad.
She's just eye candy. She's not...
When is she gonna stop getting acting jobs?
Whenever Michael Bay stops making movies.
That's very true.
Did you hear he said
she loses her looks.
Yeah.
He's done making Transformers movies?
Yeah, he's not gonna make the new Transformers movie.
Yeah.
So maybe they should reboot it then.
So Ninja Turtles, did you ever watch the old animated show from like late 80s, early 90s?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, great. So I want to watch them. See if they're on DVD. I found a set, the complete animated series set. It comes in a Ninja Turtles van.
What?
They made it like 2008, 2009, and it was $75. I was all about it. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to get it. No, they don't make them anymore, and people are selling them for like $400.
Huh. Dang.
I died inside.
There was one thing about the Turtles movie that I really did like, and it was kind of making fun of itself. There was a scene where Will Arnett and Megan Fox are in a van and they're driving to, I think, Will Fishner's house. And they were talking about the Turtles and Will Arnett goes, "So they're aliens?" And then Megan Fox looks at him and goes, "No, that's really stupid." And I'm like, oh, okay, you're making fun of some ideas you guys had in the past. So
who was Will Arnett in the movie?
He was her cameraman.
Fenwick? I didn't know he was a cameraman. I don't remember that character.
Now, he's like the older guy who's in love with Megan Fox, and he's like trying to impress her.
Alright.
Yeah.
Pass. No, I'm going to see it, but pass on that.
Okay, if this is what I'll say. It's not my suit or skip it, but if you are younger than 15 and you never saw the old 1990 version of the Ninja Turtles, then yeah, it's a see it. But for the older generation... I don't know. For me personally, it's not even close to as good as the old one.
Did you see Tyler Morton went and saw it and he said it was fucking awesome?
Oh yeah, that's because Tyler Morton is below 15.
He's like a 15-year-old at heart, yeah.
At heart, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, let's get to some speaking of news.
Yes.
Very sad to start off.
Everybody knows about this, but it happened the day after we recorded the podcast, so we couldn't talk about it then. Robin Williams passes away at the age of 63. I said this on Twitter. For me, it feels like the people that were raised, like our celebrities as a kid, they're always going to seem immortal to us. And, like, they're untouchable. So whenever something like this happens, it's beyond devastating. I remember watching Hook every single day as a kid, and this is going to be one of those celebrity passings that really sticks with me for a long time.
Yeah, because usually they don't. Like when the fuck just passed away, like 2 months
Philip
ago.
Seymour Hoffman?
Point exactly. I love Philip Seymour Hoffman, but I didn't grow up with him. I think the first thing I saw him in was Twister, and that's when I was 16, maybe 17.
Yeah, no, of all the celebrities that have kind of passed away in the last year or two, there's been quite a few, and some A-list, actors.
Yeah.
Paul Walker, James Gandolfini, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Heath Ledger, more than that ago. But none of them, I don't think, really hit people as hard as this has. Like, this is on a different level completely.
Yeah. And I'm just going to say this is weird. Fuck social media for what they did.
Fucking seriously. Them and Fox News both. Fuck both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
right in the ass.
For what they did to his daughter, forcing her off of Twitter.
People are just douchebags.
Did you hear what Twitter said? They're not going to stand for this. They're going to find out who was making those tweets, and they're going to ban them and try and take legal action against them. So.
Good.
And it really bothers me because a lot of the people that are criticizing his family and him are ones that say, oh, it's selfish and shit like that. You have no fucking clue what he was going through.
There have been suicides in my family, and it's tough to deal with, obviously, but if people were to come up to me whenever it happened to me whenever I was a kid, and they were saying the things that people are saying on Twitter, those people would be in jail. They really would.
Honestly, people are entitled to their own opinions, but when it comes to shit like this, keep it to yourself. Like,
absolutely.
That's just it. It's not a joke.
No, it's not at all.
Speaking from experience, because I came pretty close a couple times, fuck, it is hard. It really is.
Yeah.
And apparently he was, he'd just been diagnosed with Parkinson's, and it was hard for him to deal with. Well, I'm sorry. Leave him alone.
Yeah. And, for a lot of people, this wasn't, it was, of course, a shock, but maybe not necessarily a surprise. He's battled his, demons for years and years and years. With drug and alcohol problems. This has obviously been a long thing coming, and it's horrible that it's happened, and definitely a shock to everybody, but...
Yeah. And if you have problems like this is not something you need to try and work out for yourself. Definitely talk to somebody about this, because it is important. You're important. Just, it's terrible when something like this happens.
Well, let's speak of some happier things now.
All right.
I'm happy about this next piece of news. Speaking of happier news, Veronica Mars is returning as a web series.
I have not seen I've never seen I've never seen a single second of Veronica Mars.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
And then
I watched the movie last week, blew my mind, and then they said it's coming back as a web series. It's like, life is good.
As the only female in this group, I haven't seen it either.
I don't care. I don't care.
It has a huge cult following.
Zach just lost his man card, so technically there's 2 women in the group right now, so...
Whatever. It really is part of it is because going into it I had low expectations.
Yeah.
And it surprised me. So I really like it. Plus, when it was running, it had all kinds of crazy ass guest stars in the show. Joss Whedon was on it. Kevin Smith was on it. A bunch of uber famous people from other shows were on it. So it surprised me. So I liked it. I don't give a fuck what you say. No, that's fine.
Speaking of, let's see.
Nothing, do you?
No. Okay. Speaking of reboots.
Okay.
There you go.
Speaking of reboots, Paramount is looking at Tom Hiddleston for the Ben-Hur remake.
What I read, it's fairly almost done. He's gonna do it.
Oh, I thought you meant they were done filming it.
No, God no. No, okay. But I think he's going to do it, and I'm a big fan of his, so I'll probably see it even though I've never seen the original. It's not, I know it's a classic. Who was in it? Peter Fonda? Was he Ben-Hur, or was it somebody else?
Charlton Heston?
Is that who it was?
Who was Ben-Hur? Yeah.
Oh, well, I've never seen it, so I didn't know.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, here's what my problem is. First, they made Ben-Hur back in, God, I don't even know when that movie came out.
1950-something? 60-something, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, so then they made the miniseries in 2010.
There was a miniseries?
Yeah, it had like Joseph Morgan in it and Kristen Krug and Ben Cross. You know who Ben Cross is.
Yeah, I know who Ben Cross is, but the first two I don't.
Okay. And now they're making this one. We get it.
Yeah.
This is one of those properties I don't think they need to remake. I don't see an audience for this. You hear what I mean?
Absolutely.
I don't get it. This comes back to the Hollywood's lazy. I really think
I really believe that, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, make something about flying purple monkey cats or some shit. Something original. I don't know, but you don't need to remake Ben-Hur.
We already have a good premise for dog pigs. Talked about that earlier.
There we go. Dog Pig. Perfect. I'll watch it. I've never heard of Dog Pigs. Let's do it.
And apparently there was an animated film for Ben-Hur that came out like 2003.
Wasn't that a Disney movie?
Charlton Heston was the voice of that as well.
Not the best.
No.
That'd be odd having the voice of like a... How old was he at that point in time?
Oh, God. He had to have been like dead.
I just remember Charlton Heston from his cameo in Wayne's World 2.
He would have
That's
been.
a funny movie.
He would have been around 78-ish. 78 is whenever he would have had to record the voice.
Isn't he dead?
Yeah, he died in 2008.
Okay.
Alright, so how am I going to work this in? Charlton Heston.
Speaking of dead things, boom. Jeff Buhler set to write the script for the Pet Sematary remake.
Okay.
Pet Sematary is about dead things.
Stephen King, why I get blasted on social media for this all the time because whenever I tweeted this, everybody's like, "You spelled cemetery wrong." And I'm like, "No, that's actually how he spells it."
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, dude, it's
Fucking
with
grammar
a
Nazis.
C." I'm like, "Take it up with fucking Stephen King. I didn't write the goddamn
Fucking grammar
thing."
Nazis.
But yeah, I'm on board. There's only been one film so far.
Why? This is another one. Why do they need to remake it?
No. As long as they do it right. Jeff Buhler, yeah, he's pretty good. I trust the dude. I'm a big Stephen King fan, so anything that comes out from him, I'm going to see. I'm going to see The Stand whenever that comes out, that 3-hour movie. And if Ron Howard gets off his ass and he makes the Dark Tower series, then yeah, I'll be on board for that too.
Is there like a big clamor for a remake for this, or what?
I don't know about a big clamor. It's just.
I guess Arsenal just scored a goal, huh?
No, they didn't.
Oh,
they just conceded a goal.
Okay, anyway.
My fucking Crystal Palace.
I like how you just look down at your jersey. He's wearing an Arsenal jersey right now. You just look down at it.
No.
Come on, Barclays.
I mean, you would think that they would make something people are clamoring for, like the Deadpool movie that people want made, but they're remaking this shit.
Speaking of Deadpool movie,
Oh!
the creator of the Deadpool comics says he would prefer a PG-13 film over an R-rated film.
You know what I think of that?
What do
Fuck that guy.
Well, yeah,
Why?
I don't know. If you do that, then there's going to be no language, there's going to be no gore, and there's going to be no point.
Well, people have already seen the footage. That's what they're expecting now.
Yeah.
So if they change it, you're eliminating like half your audience right there.
Well, it's a money grab because at PG-13 they'll still get audiences that aren't like hardcore Deadpool fans or fans of the genre, and so they'll get those people at PG-13 that they wouldn't at R.
But
It's a money grab.
if they keep it at R, you're still going to get all of the comic book fans. Plus, those comic book fans have kids, and if they're into the comic books, then their parents are going to bring them. I don't care if it's rated R or not.
That test footage or leaked footage, whatever you want to call it, because you can never tell the difference anymore, that is definitely R-rated
Oh,
leaked
absolutely.
footage. So.
Well, I don't think ratings really matter as much as they say. You remember when we went and saw This Is the End and somebody brought a fucking baby? Yeah. My point exactly.
That's a good question I'm going to say for like whenever we do a filler podcast. What was a movie you watched way before you really should have watched it?
Oh, man, I got tons of
Everything.
Everything. Speaking of Marvel films, the X-Men writers, that's the only tie-in is X-Men right there. The writers who did the X-Men Days of Future Past say they're going to write the script for Power Rangers?
Um,
Zach's shaking his head.
I grew up on the Power Rangers, but I get that even then that the Power Rangers really weren't that cool.
Oh, dude.
No, they were cool. They were totally
no,
cool.
they're not. They're not.
Bullshit. You take that back.
You can't say you
How
grew up on
dare
Power
you.
Rangers because you're too young to remember the original Power Rangers whenever they were...
They're ninjas in latex suits wearing motorcycle helmets. They're not that cool.
They were fucking cool.
Hey, you have ninjas. That's a bonus. Latex suit, bonus.
Giant fighting robots,
Yeah.
bonus.
And the Pink Ranger. So...
This movie probably is going to suck so many balls, but if they, like, update it, make it hardcore, like they're all strung out druggies that the government recruits for a super secret program, I will totally watch it.
You know what? I want Gareth Evans to make this movie, the guy who did the Raid movies. If he did a Power Rangers movie, that would be the greatest thing of all time.
It's going to be an NC-17 Power Rangers movie.
Exactly.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. No more tie-ins. Fuck it. Stanley Kubrick's new miniseries God-Fearing Men is looking at Michael C. Hall to star as the lead character. Well, I guess he needs something now that Dexter's done.
Yeah.
So.
And he's done making that movie with Don Johnson.
Yeah. Dude, that movie looks so good.
It does look pretty good.
He was talking about it on the Nerdist. I remember listening to that podcast. He was saying, like, it's just like Dexter in the fact that in the first scene, I kill somebody. But after that, it's just a different ride than anything I'm used to. So.
What is God-Fearing Men about? I have no idea.
I don't either. I'm not up on Kubrick.
And the best news of the week, Hayao Miyazaki is not retiring.
Yeah, I was surprised. Apparently, they just did that to get people all, wound up about him retiring.
I heard that it was a mistranslation because that happens a lot.
Yeah, well, and I guess they thought the studio was shutting down, but I guess it's not now. And
So
it's
they
really weird.
so they casually translated it wrong right before the Oscars.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's film up for a nomination.
They didn't win. So.
I know.
But actually, it's weird because right before I heard this news that he was not retiring, I was watching like My Neighbor Totoro. I think it was his first movie. If you haven't seen it, go and get it. That's one of the 15 movies I saw this week. So.
Well, real quick, what else did you see this week? You saw Ninja Turtles.
I saw Ninja Turtles, Edge of Tomorrow, The Raid 2, Divergent.
You watched The Railway Man.
Oh, I watched Railway Man. That was good.
Is that the movie?
That was the Colin Firth movie whenever he was a prisoner of
Oh,
war
yeah.
in the Japanese internment.
That was pretty good.
Oh, it was brutal, dude. You need to go and see that.
I will.
And I saw Expendables 3.
Man.
Isn't it rated
If you-
PG-13, not R?
No, it's R.
Oh, is it? Okay.
If you've seen the first two Expendables movies and you want to see another one, then yeah, go and see it because it has Antonio Banderas
And Kelsey Grammer.
and Kelsey Grammer.
Mel Gibson.
and Mel Gibson. But if you're like, okay, I get it, it's nothing new. I'll say that.
Did you hear they're talking about doing a chick version of the Expendables where it's a cast full of women?
Is Xena going to be in it?
Yeah, I think it's like Xena and Bridget Wilson and a bunch of like action chicks.
Interesting. So I had the synopsis for God-Fearing Man.
Oh, finally? Okay,
Yes.
maybe I just didn't look hard enough.
It tells the true story of Canadian minister Herbert Emerson Wilson, who went on to become one of the best safecrackers and most successful American bank robbers in the early 20th century.
That sounds amazing.
And Michael C. Hall is going to be playing Wilson, the main character.
That's cool.
All
That
right.
might be a cool thing. I want to watch it.
I don't know how a Canadian minister becomes an American bank robber, but interesting.
Shit happens. I remember watching Lucy Lawless. Wasn't Lucy Lawless...
Xena.
No, she was Xena. I remember seeing Lucy Lawless in Euro Trip.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen Euro Trip?
I have. I don't remember her, though.
I haven't seen
Remember the Wandersex? That was her.
Okay. That's a good movie.
That is a good movie. Actually, yeah, Zach, that's a movie you need to watch whenever like your wife and your son are like out for a day. It's a good fun movie for you.
Oh, then I'll have to do that.
Matt Damon's in it.
Matt Damon.
Yep.
Scotty doesn't
Scotty
know.
doesn't know. Exactly.
That's
All right,
awesome.
is that going to do it for speaking of?
I
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, well, let's move on to...
Oh, you missed the Godzilla news.
Oh, yeah. Godzilla 2 is set to be released in 2018's Gareth Edwards. If you need any help making that date come any sooner, you have my email address. So just send me a message and I'll do whatever I can to help you out because you're the man and I love you. All right, now that'll do it for speaking of news. And now we're going to move on to trailer talk. The first trailer that we're going to talk about this week is The Theory of Everything.
The Stephen Hawking biopic.
Stephen Hawking. All right.
Stephen Hawking.
S-Hawk.
Fuck.
Ethan Hawke's brother?
That's right.
Yes.
Kelsey, you're a woman, and you probably saw Les Mis.
No.
You didn't see Les Mis?
No, I
That's
didn't.
all it is.
Oh,
The other woman in the group.
yeah, you saw Les Mis.
Hey, real quick. I was forced to go to that fucking movie. You know who I sat next to? Your mom and your sister.
Oh,
I
really?
swear to God.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, I remember after that movie came out, every woman on Earth had a major crush on Eddie Redmayne. Zach, you're
No,
shaking your
I'm
head.
saying, God damn it.
Zach's
No.
like, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty sexy.
Lauren,
but,
it was. I heard several women throughout the theater that I was sitting next to whisper the same thing, and Lauren thought he was cute too. So fuck off.
Well, anyway, he is playing Stephen Hawking, and Felicity Jones is going to be playing his wife, Jane Hawking. I wonder if they're going to have his new wife in the movie. Probably not. I'm just going to say that.
David Thewlis is in it.
Huh?
David Thewlis, or is it David Thewlis?
Yeah, he's. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
David,
he's in it.
I think he's his professor
Yeah,
at the university, and then Charlie Cox is in it as well. And he was in Game of Thrones.
The guy that plays this Harry Lloyd.
Yeah, Harry
Guy that
Lloyd.
plays Viserys.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
I
it.
didn't even know he was in that movie.
Yeah, he was in the trailer
Oh,
that we watched.
Didn't recognize him.
Yeah. He looks totally different without that golden, whitish blonde hair.
Golden Crown.
Yeah, the golden crown.
Yeah.
It's directed by James Marsh. Do you guys know who that is?
No.
There was a Oscar-winning documentary that came out, I want to say like 7 years ago, The Man on Wire.
Oh, yeah.
You guys saw that?
Mhm.
He was the director of that.
Oh, cool.
It was like Pierre Petit, I think is the guy's name, who tightrope walked across the World Trade Center towers and then got arrested because he didn't get a permit. Yeah.
That's stupid.
But this movie is probably definitely going to be a see. It looks like a linear film. It doesn't look like it jumps around in time.
I'm okay with it, though. In this case, I'm okay with that. I think it looks really good.
I think it's going to be one of those things where he's looking back on his life. I don't think it's going to be like I think it's going to start out with him in the chair talking to people, and it's going to be him remembering things in his life as he talks. I don't think it's going to be that linear. That's what I saw, anyway.
Either way, I mean, I honestly didn't know that much about his life before, who he is now. So, I mean, for me, this is incredibly interesting.
It looks like it's going to try its hardest to make you bawl.
I think it will most likely.
And
the trailer almost does it.
Probably it's going to, be nominated for a Balls Ton of awards.
Yeah, and which probably will win them all. So the next trailer we have up is Ouija.
This will make you cry for a whole nother reason.
I'm leaving the room while you talk about this movie.
This movie is directed by Styles White. He's done a crap ton of stuff. He did special effects on a lot of movies. Like, he did the special effects for Interview with the Vampire, Ghost in the Darkness, Relic.
I fucking love Interview with the Vampire. But
He did the special effects for Sixth Sense. But he did some writing work for Knowing. Wasn't that the Nick Cage movie that came out in 2009?
Yeah. Because it was like he discovered this thing in a chest or something.
Well, this is his directorial debut. So, the movie stars Olivia Cook and a whole bunch of no-name actors who are trying to make the big break in Hollywood. So.
And zero fucks are given.
Yeah, it's another teen horror movie. It's nothing to write home about.
Exactly. So we're just going to skip that shit and move on to History Channel's new show. It's their new miniseries, I should say, Houdini, starring Adrian Brody and Kristen Connolly, who is great in House of Cards, by the way.
Who was she in House of Cards?
She was the secretary for Corey Stoll. Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, Houdini, we got way off track there. Sorry about that. But yeah,
It's about Harry Houdini. That goes through a good portion of his life. It looks like from his beginning as a magician up to what I'm gonna assume is probably going to be his untimely death.
Yeah. There's a lot of we were talking about before the trailer came, or the trailer we watched. There was a lot of speculation about his death, and I want to see where they take that. I've never seen anything Uli Edel has directed. He's a German director. I'm looking over everything, and it looks like a whole bunch of made-for-TV films. But if this is anything like any of the other History Channel
That's exactly what I was gonna
miniseries,
say, yeah.
like Hatfields and McCoys, then I'm more than on board to see this. So, and I trust Adrian Brody to pick something good. It's a 2-part miniseries. First is Part 1, September 1st, and then Part 2 is September 2nd.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I will definitely go and see this movie. Or, God, I keep saying movie. Yeah, I'm totally on board to see this miniseries.
That's the one good thing about like miniseries that are on stations like the History Channel is they're not, you don't have to pay for them. I mean, if you already have like a general subscription to like a cable or satellite provider, so it's not like an HBO miniseries or movies that you'd have to pay extra for. So it's nice to have something like this, and your History does do a really good job with a lot of their stuff, a lot of their fiction and adaptations of factual things.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next movie up, Into the Woods, Disney's new movie about every Disney movie ever made by Disney. Yeah.
Meh.
And it's a musical.
Isn't there already a show on ABC about this? Like Once Upon a Time?
Once Upon a Time, yeah.
That show's actually pretty good.
But that doesn't have Johnny Depp in it, man.
And not singing, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and Meryl Streep's not in that.
You're not helping the case for this movie at all.
Well,
Into the Woods is a classic.
Chris Pine is in it.
Into the Woods is written by Gregory Maguire, and it's a musical. It's been on Broadway a couple times. So that's all it is. It's just a translation of that.
Right. It was a book originally, wasn't it, by like James Lapine or something?
Gregory Maguire.
No, it says James Lapine. You're wrong.
Well, then I'm thinking of a different book series. Yeah. I don't know. But either way, I'll go see it because my wife wants to see it.
Yeah. Emily Blunt's in it. I just saw her in Ninja Tomorrow, and she did pretty good. She was also in Looper, which is super good. I don't know. I probably won't see this movie. A, I hate musicals, and B, Meryl Streep's in it.
Yeah. Was Ninja Tomorrow as good as everyone's talking about it?
Oh, God, it was so good.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I think you know on that.
I was like, all right, it's a Tom Cruise movie, and I actually like Tom Cruise movies a lot. And I saw this movie, I'm like, okay, it looks like it'd be just a fun movie just to go see. Now, it blew my expectations out of the water.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
They handle time travel like really well. It kind of reminds me of, like if you ever play a video game and you get stuck on one part and you gotta keep trying it over and over again to where like, if like this, okay, if I turn right, this guy's going to be here because he's always right there.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it feels like. So he's just running through a turn right, shoot, turn left, shoot, run, stop, wait, run, stop, wait, turn right, shoot. And it looks really cool from his perspective.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Interesting.
That's like the third see it, skip it opinion of this podcast.
Yeah.
All right, so the next trailer we have is a production by Guillermo del Toro. The Book of Life. It is starring Channing Tatum, I know that, and Zoe Saldana, I think, is in it as well.
Yeah, Gamora and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, and she's been in a crap ton of other stuff.
Yeah,
like,
she's done a lot.
Avatar.
Yeah.
But no, Book of Life. I'm all on board to see this. Even
I don't have any interest.
You don't have any interest?
I'm very interested in this movie, actually.
Ron Perlman and Danny Trejo are in it.
I did hear Ron Perlman. I thought I was crazy.
No, that was him.
Okay.
Ice Cube is in it as well.
Of all the animated movies that have been talked about coming out this year and that have came out or have had previews for, this is the one I'm the most interested in so far. It looks so much different than anything else I've seen so far this year
I will
or
say
last
it does
year.
look unique.
And I don't know, it looks like, it's, especially the animated stories, the plots are usually pretty simple and they're pretty universal. And this one I feel like is probably going to be similar in that sense. It's a love story essentially. But the way they're dealing with it, with kind of the Hispanic mythology, I think is really interesting. I think it looks really cool.
But this is, I guess you could call it his directorial debut for Jorge Gutierrez. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. But it looks like it has a lot of funny people in it, like Gabriel Iglesias in it. Cheech Marin's in it as well.
Nice. Isn't Del Toro producing it?
Yeah. Since this was Jorge's first directorial debut, Guillermo said that he worked with him very closely on how to direct it and make it as good as it could be. So it's, awesome. I guess you could kind of call it like a Guillermo del Toro directorial film.
I'll probably have to see it then.
Yeah. You say that this is the animated movie that you're looking forward to this year.
So far, well, okay, I know there's another one down here on the list.
My God.
But in all seriousness, I think this one has the potential to be really good.
We're not even talking about it yet. Kelsey's already booing it. Well, okay, let's just jump ahead to it then. SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water. I'm gonna watch the shit out of
3D
it.
spectacular.
It has Antonio Banderas in it. Are you
As
kidding
a
me?
pirate.
This movie looks fucking amazing.
And Paul Tibbett is directing it. He's responsible for all the SpongeBob shows. So, it's 3D adventure. The trailer alone was hilarious, and
Which is why I'm like sold.
yeah, hopefully they didn't put all
I
the
feel
good
like
stuff.
all the good stuff was probably in that trailer, though.
It doesn't matter. I'll still go and see all the funny stuff in 3D because I didn't see that on the computer.
Patrick, suction cup himself to an ice cream cone.
It's beautiful. Classic.
I cannot type today for some reason whenever I try and look stuff up. All right, here we go. The next movie up is Horns, starring Harry Potter.
No, this is the first movie I've seen, trailer I've seen him in, where my first thought isn't, oh, it's fucking Harry Potter playing a different character. Like, he seems like
Even the rom-com that he did.
Oh, What If?
Yeah, apparently that's amazing.
I never
by
saw
the
it.
way.
I don't know,
You never saw the trailer?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, we watched it. It's the one that had the guy from Girls in it. What's his name? It's Adam Driver.
I may have seen it, I don't know.
Mm.
Anyway, my point being is my first thought isn't like
That's
Harry
right.
Potter. Like I can kind of see Daniel Radcliffe as a individual actor, not tied to those movies for this part. Like
Yeah.
I can get this character and I can separate that from Harry Potter.
Did you guys ever see The Hills Have Eyes?
Yes.
No.
The one that came out in 2006?
No, because I saw the preview.
Did you like it?
It wasn't too bad for a supposed scary movie.
Okay. Well, Alejandro Reja, he's on Anna. How do you say? Aja? Alejandro Aja. AJA.
Yeah, say Aja.
Aja.
Aha.
Aja. Take on me.
Anyway,
He directed that. He also directed Piranha 3D.
nice.
And now he directed this with Daniel Radcliffe, and it looks great,
It
actually.
actually looks
it
really
looks
good.
really good.
It was a Joe Hill novel that came out a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
I like Joe Anderson too.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the other guy in it. I really like him.
Joe Anderson.
And James Reamer's in it as well, and David Morse.
Oh, David Morris.
Yeah. You know James... Oh, you never watched Dexter. He was the dad in Dexter who always... Yeah.
Oh, Dexter's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Okay.
Okay.
And Juno Temple.
I've seen 2
I
seasons.
think
I
Juno
just haven't
Temple-
gone past that.
I think Juno Temple's dead from the get-go, and it's just flashbacks of her maybe.
I kind of think so.
Probably.
Alright. Then the final trailer that we're going to look at is Revenge of the Green Dragons. This movie looks balls to the wall.
It
Awesome.
looks fucking awesome.
It's produced by Martin Scorsese, so you automatically know that the guy's going to make sure that it's going to be the best film that it possibly can be.
To me, the best part of this film is the casting choices.
The guy from 21 and
Guy
Over.
from 21 and over, the
You know
Asian
what?
kid.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think. I said 21 over because I didn't want to make you guys think I was a woman because so that's the Asian kid from Twilight.
God. I can't verify that. You may be correct. I
No,
don't
he
know.
is. I promise.
Okay. Well, he is definitely the Asian kid from 21 and over, and he's hilarious in that movie. And obviously, this isn't a comedic movie, so I'm interested to see him in the
It's
role.
made by the guys that did Infernal Affairs, which
Mhm.
I haven't seen, but it's the movie that inspired The
Departed.
Departed.
Yeah.
And apparently it's amazing.
Which was a
So-
Scorsese film, so it
Yeah.
all ties in together.
And it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
But apparently it's full of Asian dudes and Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Well, I mean, there's not many American crime dramas that are centered around solely Asian American
I
crime
know. It
organizations.
looks way cool.
There's African American ones, Hispanic ones, even white supremacist ones, but I don't know. There's not that many, at least in recent years, that have been featured around an Asian American organized crime
Yeah.
family.
Oh, this Andrew Liu, one of the directors, he's actually done some fairly good movies. The Empress and the Warrior, The Flock, and Chinese Box. All good movies. So,
Empress and the Warrior was good. I haven't seen the other ones.
yeah. It's rated R for strong violence, sexual assault, perversive language, some drugs, and use of sexual content.
Sounds amazing.
Use of sexual content. That's interesting.
Use
But no, it
of
has-
sexual content?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Maybe
I've
there's
never heard that as a
maybe they
rating.
have like porn on a TV in the background.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nothing.
Okay.
No, this has a
Whatever.
it has a very Departed feel to it.
It really, yeah, it does.
So, very gritty crime drama. And you know what? Theory of Everything, going back to that, does it not kind of remind you of A Beautiful Mind? Sort of has that feel
I can
to
see
it.
that. It's got that kind of like dark.
I know you don't like Ron Howard movies,
hated
but
A Beautiful Mind.
I
Are
don't
you
necessarily.
kidding me?
I don't
I
necessarily
didn't
dislike
like
Ron
it.
Howard.
Beautiful
movies.
Mind is a brilliant
I like
movie.
Russell Crowe, and I hated that movie.
That's one of my favorite movies ever.
Sorry, man.
That's cool. You're wrong, but whatever. So, one of the final segments, in honor of Robin Williams, we are going to do our top 10 list of Robin Williams movies. These are in no particular order. But before we get to the top 10 list, I have a list of just great movies
That he
was
was
in that I think just need mentioning. First movie I ever saw Robin Williams in was Popeye. I think it was one of the first movies he ever did, like full-length features he ever did as well. After that, one of the greatest movies he's ever done is Good Morning,
Good Morning
Vietnam.
Vietnam was way before Popeye.
No, I think
Wasn't it?
I'll look it up.
Oh, well, Good Morning Vietnam's pretty good.
It is. It's a really good movie.
Um,
It only didn't make my nominees for the top list just because there are other ones that
they're so good.
I
yeah.
enjoyed more.
Well, the ones on the top 10, most of them we grew up with.
Yeah, so if once this list
So-
comes, it's mostly movies we all grew
Yeah.
up with.
Popeye came out in 1980, and Good Morning Vietnam came out in 87.
Oh, well, my bad.
That's cool. Did you ever see Fisher King with Jeff Bridges and
I
Robin
did.
Williams?
It's been forever.
Yeah, that was a very good movie. It was, wasn't it like he's a radio DJ and then somebody calls in and kills while they're on the air?
Yeah, something like that.
It's been so long ago since I've seen that movie, but I remember it being good. And then there was Jack.
Isn't that the movie where he's a kid but he ages real fast?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good movie. I liked it a lot.
that was actually a Francis Ford Coppola movie.
Oh,
He
wow.
directed that.
Wow.
Bill Cosby.
I never
was in it.
saw Flubber.
You never saw Flubber?
No, sorry.
Dude, you missed out.
Kelsey's giving me the... I hate you.
Your childhood was incomplete if you never saw Flubber.
There were so many other movies I saw. I didn't see that one. I'm sorry.
Christopher McDonald is the villain. Dude, he's so great as a villain.
I know.
Him and Happy Gilmore. You eat pieces
Shoot.
of shit for breakfast. No.
Why don't I go lay by the bay? I can eat some hay.
Next movie up after Flubber, Death to Smoochie. I was so close to putting Death to Smoochie on my list for my top 3.
Was it Edward Norton in that movie?
Yeah, he was.
That movie, yes.
Oh man, that's been.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
See, that's why I put all these movies like in a very, not low, but just as an honorary mention. But that was actually a Danny DeVito directed Death to Smoochie.
Wow.
He does a lot of dark comedies when it comes to his directorial films.
Every time I think about Danny DeVito, I think of him in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that episode where they go to the training camp for the Eagles, because it's like from the movie that Mark Wahlberg's in, and he's doing circles in the trash can because he dropped acid.
And now we're going to move on to a Robin Williams / Christopher Nolan film, Insomnia, which is a fantastic movie with Al Pacino, Robin Williams, Hilary Swank, and Martin Donovan.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fast.
Did you ever see Insomnia? You guys never saw Insomnia?
No.
And you're Christopher Nolan fans? You should check it out. Pretty much the story is Al Pacino has to go up to the far, far north, like in Alaska, to hunt down a killer. But it's one of those where it's day all the time, and he can't sleep, and he's starting to hallucinate.
Oh,
He doesn't know like who the killer because he's so sleep deprived. And Robin Williams is the villain.
Wow.
It was a really good movie. I think you'd really like it.
I like when Robin Williams plays
roles
that are different than like his like what you would assume like the kind of family friendly comedy roles.
Exactly. And we're going to get to one of those.
Quite a few of those.
Yeah.
Did you ever see? Please tell me you saw Awakening.
Oh my god, yes.
Okay.
Great
That movie makes me want to cry every single time I see it.
It's so good.
Yeah. Robert De Niro, did he get an Oscar nomination for that? I can't.
I don't.
He did. That's right. He did.
Okay.
Yeah. Didn't win. That movie came out like 91-ish.
Wow. it's
Long
been
time
forever.
ago.
It's a good year.
All right. Now we're gonna move on to
One more. Honorary mention, The Birdcage.
Oh,
That is
Birdcage.
a funny ass movie.
Well done, Birdcage.
Him and Nathan Lane and Gene Hackman, and it's just really good.
That was a Mike Nichols film. Wasn't Nathan Lane in that?
Nathan Lane,
And Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman, because Robin Williams and Nathan Lane's son's getting married to Gene Hackman's daughter, and he's like super conservative, and they're gay. Hank Azaria's in it, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
plays
he
the butler.
is. He
Yeah.
is. All right, now we're going to move on to the top 10 list. Number 10. This is a Zach pick, so
It
take it
is.
away.
It's the best Disney movie. I don't care what anybody else says. Aladdin, amazing. I've seen it 1,000 times. As the genie, he was great. Best part of that movie. I can still in my head sing some of the songs. That's how many times I've seen the movie.
It is one of my favorite Disney movies as well. Was the American Motion Picture Society that made the tweet after he passed away. That was
Oh, the
Yeah,
genie.
the genie, like you.
Oh, that was
And
so
they
sad.
criticized
now.
it.
Really? Who did?
The people of Suicide Prevention Group came out and criticized it and said it glorifies suicide. I wanted to just say fuck you. It doesn't glorify anything.
No, it was just a heartfelt because that's.
Yeah,
It was, I mean, like it makes it
because
gives you
the
the
line,
feels. I don't know.
because the line that he says in that scene is, "No matter what happens, you'll always be a friend to me."
yeah.
Oh,
It's just
that's
ridiculous.
perfect.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. People, I'm convinced, just want to bitch because they got nothing better to do.
I want to know if Linda Larkin had so many guys come up to her afterwards, like, "So you're Jasmine, right?"
Yeah, but it's so good. It's
It's a great movie.
Number 9. This is an Austin pick.
It is.
Go for it.
The Dead Poets Society. You guys have both seen this, right?
Oh, of course. It's a great movie. Wait, what?
Zach shake his head.
I'm
Captain, my
sorry.
Captain.
I haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
Okay, I mostly picked this because of all the movies I was forced to watch during high school and middle school. That were like educational, in a sense, or like there are certain movies you like had to watch when you're in school. This
Yeah.
was one of them, and this is, I think, of all those movies, the only one I thought was any good ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they always picked like Lifetime made movies from
Yeah,
1960.
they were just really fucking horrible. Or like I remember watching the Outsiders movie.
Oh, God.
Fucking horrible, like shit like that.
That is amazing.
So then
How
when-
dare you?
Shut up.
Emilio!
So then when you bring in Robin Williams and Dead Poets Society, it's like, all right, now
Yeah.
we're talking.
I remember that was whenever I saw like Robert Sean Leonard as a kid and Ethan Hawke as a kid.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Is it-
wow.
Kevin Kline in that movie too?
I believe
Yes.
so.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so the next movie up after that is, I don't remember who
It's
picked
another
this
me
one.
pick.
All right,
This movie's fantastic.
it is an icon and a staple. It has to be mentioned. whenever-
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hello.
Amazing. Him and Pierce Brosnan and Sally Field. And yeah, I mean, there was a summer when I was like 10 where me and my sister watched this movie like every day, sometimes twice. It's so good. It's funny overall, but the part that still makes me laugh, even thinking about it, I want to laugh, is you remember at the end when his kids find out it's him, and the son looks at him and says, "Who did this to you?" And he says, "Uncle
Frank and Aunt Jack."
It
Yeah.
makes me laugh every time.
That was Harvey Fierstein, who is Uncle Frank.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that guy. He has the greatest voice of all time.
It's so good, and it's still funny. Like, if it's on, I'll watch it.
I want to know how somebody that looks like Sally Field after leaving Robin Williams can find a guy like Pierce Brosnan. And he's like, "Oh, you got 3 kids? I'm on board. After
Yeah.
I'm almost a millionaire. I'll take on this late-aged woman with 3 kids."
Yeah, I think this was Andrew's pick next.
What was? Oh God, yeah. This movie, after I saw it, it changed the way I looked at films. It really did, because just the way the art style was taken care of. What Dreams May Come. It was. Please tell me you guys both have seen.
I have not.
Okay, this is
Is
one
that
of
Cuba Gooding Jr. in this too?
he is in this movie, and so is Max von Sydow. Probably the best love story I've ever seen. It's a movie about Robin Williams. He has like the perfect family, and then he dies in a car accident, and then he's in heaven. And the way they depict heaven is really like Terry Gilliam-esque, like colors and everything vibrant.
Yeah.
Kind of trippy in a way. And then his family's like he can see his family from heaven, and they're having a very difficult time dealing with his passing. And then his wife commits suicide, and she has to go to hell. And he's like, I love her so much, I'm going to go get her out of hell. So he leaves heaven, and it's just his journey from heaven
That sounds amazing.
through limbo
Dang.
and then into hell to get his wife out.
Sounds like a new spin on the Divine Comedy.
Really? Oh, there's not really anything funny about this movie.
No, the Divine
like
Comedy's
Dante's
not funny.
Divine
Dante's.
Comedy, like,
It's about him
Oh,
traversing the
I
nine
was-
levels of hell.
I honestly wasn't listening because I was thinking about the movie. But it's a Vincent Ward movie. He did like Alien 3, The River Queen, a bunch of those movies,
Haven't-
and then What Dreams May Come. Yeah,
Well, it sounds cool. I might have to watch it. I think-
it's over there in the
Is
W's.
it on Netflix?
That I am not for sure. about.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. It's in the W's somewhere. You would really love it. You really would. Then the next film up. I'm so glad you picked this one, Zach. I
Why?
really am.
Why?
Because it's a great movie.
It is. Fern Gully.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love this movie.
This is another one of those movies when growing up, I watched it like 2-3 times a day for like 6 months.
Oh, Christian Slater, you silly bitch.
It's still good. I can still remember that the bad guy was like the fog monster.
Yeah,
'cause
Tim Curry.
They were cutting down all the rainforest trees, and he could put his hand on the tree and feel pain. And then
Yeah.
they like had the part with the boom box where they're all dancing. So good. Still great.
Yeah, Tim Curry is Exus.
This movie, The Rescuers, American, or like Fievel.
Oh, yeah.
Five
all
of
those were like the animated movies I like grew up on.
Absolutely.
Those were great.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember watching Ferngully. Like you just said, that was the movie of my childhood. What was it? Rockadoodle-Doo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Rock-a-doodle, yeah.
Rockadoodle, yeah, that's what it was.
That movie actually used to scare me sometimes when I was little. Like when I was like real little.
Oh, the Duke, the owl.
Yeah, the Duke was scary as shit.
Yeah,
Like
he
the
was.
organ and shit. Oh, no.
Yeah. Bill Croyer made Ferngully. He also made Tron. I remember he made Tron.
Wow.
So the guy knows how to make some good movies.
Mm-hmm.
Next movie up. Oh, man. I'm glad you picked this one. I really am. I almost picked it.
You
Take it away.
You can go ahead and talk a little bit about it. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Oh,
But
really?
This is another one I love when Robin Williams isn't playing the comedic part. He's
No, this is definitely not
He's
a
a really
no.
good-
He's a really good actor.
Versatile actor.
Yeah.
He can do a lot.
So if you've never seen 1 Hour Photo, go and watch it. It is a mind trip that will... Oh, it's creepy as
I guess I
hell.
should see it then.
He actually waxed his entire body, because everybody knows Robin Williams was a very hairy gentleman. He waxed his entire body and he bleached his hair. He didn't look like him at all. Pretty much he worked in a 1 hour photo booth and he became obsessed with this family
Damn.
that came in like once a week to develop some family pictures, like to where
That's
he would
not
like
on Netflix either.
he would follow them. It's over there. You can take it. It's in the hose. He would like follow them home, and he would like learn everything about them. And like you're like, oh, he's just the family was. Oh, he's just a quiet little man. You know, he doesn't have really. I bet he has a lot of friends. And then you just see him walk into his house, and all that is in his house is a chair that's like facing this wall that has all of their. He like made double copies of their family photos and like posted them all over the wall.
Fucking creepy.
He like mentally he adopted them as his family.
Wow.
And then he found out that the husband was cheating on the wife, and that's when he went insane. So, and he has like these night terrors every single night, and it's creepy.
It really is.
Damn, I guess I didn't see it.
Yeah. Next movie up. Did I choose this one?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I didn't know if it was me or somebody else. The movie that he won his Oscar for, Good Will Hunting.
That's a great movie.
It is a good movie with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Batfleck.
Batfleck. This is Robin Williams and Stellan Skarsgård fighting over Matt Damon, which is odd saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Robin Williams is like, no, you need to take care of him mentally before you have him do all these math problems for you. And Stellan Skarsgård is like, no, he's the most brilliant mind I've ever seen. And Matt Damon's like, I just want to be a janitor. How about them apples? And Ben Affleck's like, man, you're too smart to be hanging out with me. Which in real life, at that time, was pretty true.
That time, yeah, but not anymore.
I think that was Casey Affleck's first movie as well.
Was it?
I think so.
He's an underrated actor.
Gus Van Sant, he's one of my favorite directors. God. Please tell me you at least saw Milk.
Oh yeah, I've seen Milk.
Yeah, he did that. He did Last Days. He did some pretty freaking good movies. Now
I like
for
Milk.
I remember his cameo.
Harvey Milk, yeah.
I like Sean Penn in certain things, and that doesn't seem to be one of them. Mystic River was amazing. But
Yeah, it was.
I get it. Milk doesn't speak to me.
And this next movie I love, but it scared the shit out of me as a kid. And I think you chose this one,
Wasn't
Austin.
me.
Yeah.
So number 3, take it away.
This is my favorite Robin Williams movie. I love this movie. This, even more than Ferngully or Aladdin, probably defined my childhood. Jumanji.
Yeah.
Such a great movie. Because he basically gets stuck in the game and comes back thinking, like, basically still the mentality of a child.
Which
almost.
is so Robin Williams.
So Robin Williams coming back and has to play kind of like the I know what's going on, I know how to survive, and it's just great. I mean, the little kid turns into a monkey.
Oh, yeah!
Every part about this movie is great.
That's why I laughed at the Ouija preview
Because
when they said
Jumanji.
we gotta play the game again. I'm like, fuck! Did you just rip off Jumanji hardcore right there?
Oh, man.
The movie
Bonnie Hunt and Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst.
David
Yeah.
Allen Greer.
I used to have a crush on her when I was little too.
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
Jonathan Hyde as Van. Was it Van Belt or Van Pelt?
Is that the guy that's
The hunter.
Jonathan Hyde. Yeah, he was the hunter, and he was also his dad.
Yeah. I don't remember his name, but yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. Like the way this movie looks, even when it was made back then, looks sweet. Like when you got the rhinos running through the house and stuff.
Oh, the stampede.
Sweet. Yeah.
What was the one that scared you the most? Like out of all of the
all the different the things.
Yeah.
I'm guessing spiders.
The spiders didn't do anything for me because they looked too fake. They were too automatronic and.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. It might actually have been the plants.
The plants were creepy.
The vines that shot the poison darts.
Yeah.
Those are pretty creepy.
For me, it was the lion. The first time you saw the lion, they were in the attic and the lights were off, and you just heard him stepping on the piano.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this movie that came out in '95.
How about the evil monkeys in the kitchen?
I didn't like it. I just thought the mosquitoes were creepy.
I was gonna say
The mosquitoes were creepy.
You didn't like the mosquitoes? Like
It's
punching its needles through the car, and you're like, oh, fuck that
It's
shit.
such a great movie.
Oh, yeah. David Allen Greer
I
as the
said
cop.
that. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I don't listen to you. I don't know what you're talking about.
My feelings are hurt.
Yeah. Now for the movie that defined my childhood. Yours was Jumanji. Mine was Hook.
I'd have to agree with that one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You picked a smart one there also.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah. Dustin Hoffman, I still can't believe that was Dustin Hoffman because it doesn't look like him at all. Robin Williams plays Peter Banning / Pan. And then Julia Roberts gets her first Razzie nomination for Tinkerbell. And Bob Hoskins.
They got Razzies for this?
Yeah.
This movie's awesome.
I know. Trust
Fuck
me.
those people.
I know. The Razzies gets some stuff wrong, believe it or not. But Maggie Smith, I cannot believe that woman is still alive. She looked ancient when that movie came out, and she looks even more ancient now. And she's only like 76-ish or something. She's in her 70s.
She's been battling cancer for a long time.
Has she really?
Yeah, like she had cancer. That was the big story, is that she had cancer and was still filming Harry Potter.
Do you remember his daughter in that movie, Maggie or something like that? I think she grew up to be a hottie. I'm not gonna lie. She kind of looks like Denise Richards, sort of.
I don't know who it is.
Denise Richards never did anything for me.
Really?
No.
You never saw Wild Things as a kid? That was
No.
a movie you never snuck in
No.
and saw when you shouldn't have?
No.
I did, yeah. Oh man, Bob Hoskins was in this as well. He was Smee. Oh. But no, this one of my favorite Spielberg movies, one of my favorite movies as a kid, and it will stand the test of time. And now for the final movie that I watched the other night, and it made me double sad because it was right after Robin Williams passed, and that was Patch Adams. It was super sad because I was always watching, Robin Williams is. I forgot that Philip Seymour Hoffman was in it as well, so I got double sad. Remember, he was his roommate?
Yeah.
See?
It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
I'd say that this movie and then Mrs. Doubtfire are kind of his iconic roles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for like an older generation, like for maybe our parents and stuff, maybe theirs was Good Morning Vietnam.
Yeah, I can see that.
We were blessed with this, man. We really were. I can't. It's kind of hard to talk about, to put into words.
He did
how many like thoughts are going through your head about this.
I would say most of what he did was great. I mean, everything on this list was awesome, of what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really sad.
Yes. But Robin Williams, we salute you. We will miss you forever. Thank you so much for all the gifts that you gave us.
Absolutely.
All right. So before we leave, we're going to do some IMDb idiots. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
So get your
I
devices
said
out.
do I get to search again this time?
man.
You don't.
I am really good at this.
I've learned some stuff. I've learned some mistakes that I was making from
Alright.
the last one, so it's going to be more difficult.
All right.
I'm not going to tell you what year the movie came out because that makes it way too easy.
Okay.
So let's find a movie here. Type in an actor, and I'm gonna.
Don't be looking at my screen, cheater.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, by the way, Arsenal scored, so it's tied.
Yeah.
0 shits were given on this thing. All right, this movie stars Ewan McGregor.
Is it Star Wars?
Nope.
Trainspotting.
Okay, we're gonna do the one thing again. Those don't count.
I said, what's your guess?
Okay, you have one guess.
Alright.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It is written by John Ronson.
Okay, anything else?
It was originally a book.
Men Who Stare at Goats.
Yes.
Oh, so good.
This fucking device doesn't help me, so I don't really sure more about it.
All right. Find me another.
Really, I just know how Andrew's mind works.
Yeah.
Tapping into that.
Okay.
Yes.
That sounds creepy.
All right. There were 2 actors in Men Who Stare at Goats. They were in the same movie together. That was directed by Ian Softly. That's the only information I'm going to give you. 2 actors that were in Men Who Stare at Goats were also in this movie we're talking about now.
Directed by Ian Softly.
Yes. IAIN.
Was it K-Pax?
It was K-Pax.
Jeff Bridges and
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, yep.
Yep. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm looking up there. Okay. This movie stars Terry Crews, and it was a Mike Judge film.
Oh, I should know this.
Yes, you should. Because this movie's funny as shit.
Is it?
It's a show or a movie?
It's a movie.
Oh, well, fuck. It's not any of those. He didn't do Bridesmaids.
Animated or no?
Not animated.
It's not that, is it?
Wait, who said Bridesmaids?
I said he didn't do
Okay.
Bridesmaids.
Okay.
You said you like this movie?
I do, yeah. I think it's great.
Wait, is it Idiocracy?
It's Idiocracy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
That
right.
actually is a pretty good movie. But while he's thinking of that one, I got sad last night. I went to this Harry Potter trivia night, and
Oh, you went to that? I thought you were going to go
out
to
at
the Game
bar-
of Thrones.
I wanted to, but I would have been by myself, so I didn't go.
Were these at Barnes & Noble?
No, it was at that London Calling place.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I got there, and they got to a category of actors who played characters in Harry Potter, and the group that Lauren was in, because I just sat and played with Jameson for a while. None of them knew who John Cleese was.
Sad, this younger generation of ours.
The thing is there were a couple of people older than me that didn't know who John Cleese was. Who's the actor who played Nearly Headless Nick? I'm like, I know that, and none of them knew who he was. In fact, one of them all scribbled it out because they thought it was wrong.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, this next movie stars Kiefer Sutherland and William Hurt.
Oh, I should know this.
It's a sci-fi film. That's all I'm giving you.
Is it Dark City?
Yep.
All right.
Zach won.
Damn it.
I didn't even have to look that one up.
You knew it. That's a pretty decent movie.
It's a pretty good movie. It's pretty
It's
good.
trippy as balls.
Yeah.
All right. Is that going to do it for See It Podcast episode 24?
I believe so.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening to this fantastic episode that we have given to you for free.
So fucking generous.
Yeah, we spent so much money on this podcast so far. We don't get anything. All right. If you'd like to follow us on Twitter, you can find us on @C_it_podcast. You can find us on Facebook at /the See It Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube at /See It Podcast. Thank you, Podomatic.com, for giving out the content to iTunes that you can find in the link below. To everybody listening, we'll catch you next week. Peace out.
See ya. That wasn't creepy at all.